Alessandro Nannini remains in critical condition after his heavy crash at the Pacific Grand Prix just 2 weeks ago. Ferrari have made very little comment, his family have made very little comment, and we need to respect that, of course we will. Ferrari have also announced that Nannini will be taking his place, and he has been testing massively at San Marino this weekend, but we hope he makes a speedy recovery. The game insists he's not in the title fight despite leading the World Championship. He claims that he's only there due to pot luck, and that once Benetton and Williams get their act together, he will be left in the shadows. But we'll see how all things play out. But that's enough of the news this week. Let's get straight to the Grand Prix. Ratzenberger says he's taking a little bit longer than expected to get up to speed compared to his teammate Jos Verstappen. However, he has been turning lots and lots of laps this weekend and believes that he is starting to turn a page. They've improved the seat fitting for him, and he hopes that will make a massive difference in comfort. And Damon Hill is very up and down this season, a good result and a podium actually in the previous Grand Prix, but he says the car is definitely capable of winning Grand Prix. However, they need a little bit more luck. And Nannini has spent every day this week at the track in a Ferrari. He should be primed and ready to go ahead of this weekend's San Marino Grand Prix, filling in for, of course, Alessandro Nannini. But we'll see how he plays out. And Senna is certain that he could take the fight to Benetton if the car remains working for the entirety of the Grand Prix. But we'll see how this weekend plays out. But let's head straight to the 1994 San Marino Grand Prix. But a cloud in the sky, the sun is shining, it's dry, it's round 3, San Marino. The 1994 championship continues and it is getting juicy. But can Benetton really kick on? We believe they've got the best car, but can Williams take any fight to them? Today will be a big teller, but huge. Schumacher takes pole, but it's Nannini on the front row. Admittedly, he spent all week here, but that's still not the point. He separates the two Benettons with Brundle in 3rd place. Senna in 4th place, said he had nothing left. And we've got Damon Hill just behind him. Alesi, a bit surprised to be beaten by his teammate, but he'll live with it. Barrichello, a great result in 7th place ahead of Game in the McLaren. Their one lap pace is, it's not great. But David Coulthard slots in 9th place, just ahead of Eric Comas. Now, they've had a quiet season, really, Ligier. But Berger, I think he's falling out of touch with Minardi at the moment. Hakkinen down in 12th place. Irvine in 13th. Frentzen 14th, just ahead of Suzuki in 15th. Jos Verstappen, another good result for him, up into 16th place with the brand new Simtek team. Morbidelli down in 17th place. It's not looking good for his future. De Cesare is 18th with Katayama in 19th. Fittipaldi takes 20th with Zanardi in 21st. Wenglinger 22nd with Johnny Herbert. And Roland Ratzenberger taking out the back row. And here we go. We are ready for the start of the 1994 San Marino Grand Prix, and the lights are out and we're gone. We are away. And that looks like a great start from Brundle from 3rd place. Is he going to split himself up? Is he going to try and get ahead of Nannini? And he's going to have the inside line into Tamburello. Schumacher sweeps around the outside to maintain his lead. Nannini dips a little wheel on the grass there. That could have been a disaster. But thankfully we're all through and up to turn 2. Schumacher leads. Brundle 2nd. Nannini stays in 3rd. We've got Senna in 4th. And now he will be desperate to try and get past that Ferrari before he watches the two Benettons dance off into the distance. But can Hill make his way through as well? But incredible weekend so far for Nicola Nannini. But of course Schumacher leads. Back in though, Damon Hill as Jibbar tucked up behind Ayrton Senna, and Alesi down in 6th place. Games got himself over to 7th place ahead of the very impressive Rubens Barrichello this weekend. And we're going into, and that's Gerhard Berger, and he is all over the back of Eric Comas, and he has got Mika Hakkinen to keep him on high alert. as they dance down the hill into the kink of the right hand, and he's going to dive up the inside of Eric Comas. A little bit of scrubbing there as Eric Comas tries to hold it around the outside, and Berger barges his way through. And like we were saying, he may have a few issues at that Minardi team. We'll see how that plays out in the future, but it's Michael Schumacher who leads the Grand Prix. Martin Brundle is second place, and they are starting to put a bit of a gap now between himself and Larini, but Senna is desperate to get past this Ferrari, and I think he's going to have to make a lunge. That Ferrari definitely quick in a straight line. Of course, the Renault in the back of that Williams is superb as well, but we'll have to see how this plays out. But we are looking at Larini, and is that Senna up the inside, but Larini defends incredibly well. He will not bow down to the Williams driver, the two-time world champion of Ayrton Senna, and fantastic work from Larini. Definitely paid off spending all week here, but Senna up the inside. Is he going to barge through? Is he going to do what Berger did on the first time? He does. Barges his way past the Ferrari of Larini and is up into third place, but can he do anything about the Benettons? Oh, we'll have to see how the next few laps play out and we'll get a better understanding of it. But we've got looking at Roland Ratzenberger now, and they've got a couple of changes to make to the car, but they won't be ready just yet. They're letting him learn the ropes. He has been a little bit off the pace, but they believe the car isn't really suited to his height, so they should be able to find a good solution to this problem. I'm glad they're working with him and not just chucking him to the curb. But we're looking at Ayrton Senna now. Can he find the pace to catch the Benetton team, or are we looking at a very loose third place? A lap has passed, and actually he's lost time to the Benettons ahead of him, and I don't know, those Benettons are a rocket ship at the moment. Absolutely fantastic work from the Benetton team, but they're getting close, and that's probably why they've called Martin Brundle into the pits. They're getting a little bit close. I'll be honest with you, Martin Brundle's been fantastic this year. Currently the lead Benetton, and well, fantastic work from him so far. That's Jos Verstappen, whose brakes clearly failed there, but that could have been a lot worse. Deary me, that could have been an absolute disaster. But Damon Hill all over the back of Larini. He's going to be desperate to get past. He's gone over the top of him, and he's round. And poor Alesi. It doesn't rain, it pours for Jean Alesi, and somehow has not lost. He technically gained a position on Damon Hill there. Hasn't lost. He deserves something. Alesi. He has mad, incredible pace this season. But we're going to look on board with Damon Hill, and he's just I think he's losing the plot. I think he's got a little bit cross. He's been stuck now behind Larini for a couple of laps now. And that is shocking for him. But Michael Schumacher, the race leader, enters the pit lane. And Senna in as well. In the pit box just ahead of him. Schumacher will be able to see the man pull in. But Schumacher, a fantastic lead already. But is he going to come out ahead of Martin Brundle? And it appears very, very... And it looks like it's actually in the background. I think Senna's jumped Brundle. Senna has jumped Martin Brundle. Brundle boiled out into some traffic there. Bit of a shame for Brundle, actually. The team surely would have known that he was going to be coming out into that traffic. And they've lost a position to Ayrton Senna. But Schumacher now, fantastically into the lead. But game all over the back of Larini. Larini's one lap pace yesterday was fantastic. Seems to be withering a little bit in the race, but that is to be expected. A little bit of race rust But I have to say, his defensive drive has been superb, and that's game up the inside. Is he going to get the car stopped? He does. He just stops it before the chicane. Nannini cannot have an answer to that, and that's him up into, that should be a net 4th place, in theory. And Alesi, the man is always breaking down. We're always cutting to the man clambering out of his car because it's broken down. And once again, the San Marino Grand Prix is no different, but we cut back to Martin Brundle all over the back of the Brazilian of Ayrton Senna. And surely the Brundle with the clear car advantage and the pace advantage, especially at this stage of the Grand Prix. But Senna will do all he can to keep the Benetton behind him. And Schumacher there scampering off into the distance. Fantastic work. And that was game into the pits. Game into the pits for his first stop. And he's got a Ligier, which I presume is David Coulthard, behind him. And there we see Senna dance past, along with Martin Brundle behind. But we are looking now at Brundle coming into the pits again. The fuel was incredibly touch and go for this race. So could he not get to the end? Can Schumacher get to the end? Senna, I think, has dropped the pace back, so he definitely should get to the end, unless he's used a lot of fuel trying to get past Ayrton Senna. That's not great for his race classification. However, Damon Hill has come out ahead. We've missed a big chunk here, it would appear, but Damon Hill now ahead of. But we have a few drivers that may or may not get to the end. Nannini just behind as they pass a lapped Eddie Irvine as they dance down the hill. But Damon Hill appeared to be flying now. Who's coming to the pits? He will not make the end of the Grand Prix on the tank that he's got. But today, of all days, Michael Schumacher, after a disappointing round 1 where he did not finish the Grand Prix, is about to take back-to-back, won the Pacific Grand Prix, about to win the 1994 San Marino Grand Prix, exits the final chicane, he's breaking down. Oh, has he got the line? Has he got the line? Michael Schumacher stopped just before the line. He's broken down. Did he cross it? Did he cross the timing line? Or is Ayrton Senna about to snatch a victory from the jaws of defeat as he rounds the final chicane? And Senna is going to be classified the winner. But did Michael Schumacher cross the timing line before he broke down? And that's Nannini trying to dance past as they drag race to the line. Game finishes second. Nannini, beautiful podium from the man. Martin Brundle down in 4th place. That late stop really did cost him a huge amount of time. On board with Schumacher, did he make the line? He just cut out. Did he run out of fuel? Oh, that's shocking. That is shocking. He will never want to see that again. I imagine he's fuming. Oh, but he did not make the end. But the winner of the 1994 San Marino Grand Prix, Ayrton Senna. Absolute heartbreak for Michael Schumacher, who should have taken back-to-back wins with a fantastic drive. But that's not how motorsport works. Ayrton Senna wins the Grand Prix with game second. Nannini in third. Fantastic work from him. Brundle down in 4th. De Cesaris and Zanardi take 5th and 6th. Hill dropped down to 7th after his very late pit stop. Frentzen up into the points again. Morbidelli will be pleased with his points finish, with Carl Wenknecht taking up the final point. Fantastic work from him. Absolutely fantastic. What's that done to the World Championship? Game leads by just 9 points. Wow. Brundle in 2nd place. Schumacher now, he's really going to need to get it, because Ayrton Senna with his win is now level on points with him after 3 completed rounds. And Schumacher should have been leading the World Championship after today, and arguably could have won all races. Well, he had a bit of a stinker in Brazil, but should definitely be leading the World Championship. Damon Hill just 4 points behind his teammate. Alesi on 18th, should be a lot higher. You've got to feel for Jean Alesi. And fair play to Nannini, who's taken part in 1 race this year and sits 8th in the championship. Fantastic. And the Constructors' Championship is Benetton lead, but only by 4 points to McLaren. Both got the Ford engine in the back of it. But a good result for the Williams team puts them straight into the mix. Ferrari, I think they could be doing it, but Ligier, who got 25 points in Brazil, haven't scored a single point since. and sit just 2 points ahead of Sauber. Fantastic work. And that has been the 1994 San Marino Grand Prix. Monaco up next, the jewel in the crown. But will it provide a cracking Grand Prix or an absolute snooze fest? We will see you very shortly, of course. Like and subscribe, and see you next time for the Monaco Grand Prix. Bye bye.